title fight. Featherweight championship on the line.
I like the approach of Espinoza, really showing no respect right now. Ramirez is going to have to fight harder than he's ever had to fight in his entire career.
So determined is this upset-seeking title challenger.
There it is! By Robeisy Ramirez, brutalizing Espinoza.
Robeisy had him hurt in round 5, but Espinoza has gathered himself and keeps putting forth a tremendous effort. On any given night, from any opponent, anything can happen. Espinoza just saying, I'm going for it. Espinoza scores the knockdown. This could be a massive upset.
And the new WBO featherweight champion of the world.
Fight of the year.
The 6'1" Rafael Espinoza, and among the CompuBox stats you will see from Espinoza's win then, he averaged 103 punches per round in the final 3 rounds. He landed and threw a fight-high 48 of 121 and a 12. He threw nearly 1,000 punches. Tim Bradley...
Center here in beautiful downtown Phoenix, Arizona. This is boxing. This is Top Rank, presented by Hall of Fame boxing promoter Mr. Bob Arum. This bout is scheduled for 12 rounds for the WBO Featherweight Championship of the World. Our judges at ringside, Tim Cheatham, Dennis O'Connell, and Zachary Young. And the man in charge at the sound of the bell, Mr. Chris Flores. Introducing first, out of the blue corner, with head trainer Ismael Salas. He weighed in at 125.6 pounds, wearing black trunks with blue trim. His record, 14 victories with 2 defeats. 9 of those victories coming by way of knockout. He is a 2-time Olympic gold medalist. He is the former WBO featherweight champion of the world from Cienfuegos, Cuba, and fighting out of Miami, Florida, Robeisy Introducing out of the red corner, presented in association with Zanford Promotions, with head trainer Manny Robles. He weighed in at 125.7 pounds, wearing white trunks with green and red trim. His record, perfect, 25 fights, 25 victories. 21 of those victories coming by way of knockout. He is making his 2nd defense of his world title. He is the reigning, defending WBO featherweight champion of the world, from Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico, Rafael El Divino Espinoza!
What a crowd here in Phoenix. Packed for these two world title fights. We start with the featherweights. Remember in their first go-round, Espinoza, who was little known. We knew the glossy record, but it was against limited competition. Nobody knew what to expect. Timmy, he came out, he boxed well. He started to outwork Robeisy Ramirez, who is a very fast pace early on. What do you expect in the early rounds here?
Well, in the fighter meeting, Espinoza told us that he's not starting at round 1. He's starting at round 13. He said he's going to get off to a quick start. He's going to do the same thing he did in the first fight. Power on point, walk forward, make sure that he puts the pressure on Robeisy.
Of course, where he left off in the first fight was having scored a knockdown in round 12.
Already, right now, Robeisy Ramirez already starting to go down to the body. That's something new. He didn't do that the first time around. He was looking for the headshot, but you see the redness right now on the chest of Espinoza already from that single body shot. There it is again. And what that body shot's going to do, Tess, it's going to set up the headshot. Eventually, you're going to start seeing the hands of Espinoza start to drop. And when that happens, expect a shot over the top from Robeisy.
6'1" to 5'6", a 6.5-inch reach advantage for Espinoza. There's that right hand to the body again, just touching him there.
The feet get tangled right there. In Southpaw versus Orthodox, the lead feet, they're lined up on the same side. So a lot of times you're battling for foot position to get your foot on the outside to be able to line up your backhand. The free hand right down the middle. Every now and then your feet get tangled up.
Hey, stop. Watch that elbow. Yo, you threw an elbow.
The warning from Chris Flores on the elbow. As he gives the warning to the champ, as Ramirez continues to circle to his left on the outside, touching him with that lead southpaw jab to the body.
I think that's interesting that Ramirez is moving towards that right hand. He's moving away from that jab hand.
Yet he hasn't been in the path of danger of Espinoza throwing it. There's a left hand to the body again, right to that chest, targeting that sternum, as you noted early on, Timmy.
Yes, he is. He's setting up his attack, and he's slowly trying to zap the energy. You know, that pays good dividends down the stretch when you start committing to the body early. Next thing you know, your opposition isn't as strong as they were early on when you start to zap that energy by going down to the body.
Two-punch combination coming to the end of round number 1, the rematch for the WBO Featherweight Championship of the world.
Over 600,000 USPS employees working in sync to ensure everything sent on its holiday ride ends with a moment of joy.
Once upon a time, there was an infinity, meticulously crafted to stir your imagination. And dare you to dream. Luxurious 3-row dreams, where everything for every passenger could be just right. Introducing the all-new 3-row Infiniti QX80.
the 2024 NCAA FCS Championship. Stream every game on ESPN+.
UConn, Notre Dame, Thursday at 7 on ESPN.
Robeisy Ramirez had a 10-8 connect advantage in round number 1. Joe Tessitore, Tim Bradley, Bernardo Osuna with you ringside. Back-to-back world title fights, the first of 2 right here. Top Rank Boxing on ESPN, the night of rematches.
That first round was a great round for Ramirez.
Just draw your attention for a moment down below, because the official weigh-in, obviously they come in under the limit of 126 pounds. But look at the rehydration and the weigh-in tonight for the 6'1" frame of Espinoza, checking in at nearly 145 pounds, 144.6.
That just tells you that he wants to bully. That's what he's looking for. He's looking to use that weight advantage and bully Ramirez, but Ramirez continuously is picking up his feet and changing his location. He's not standing there. He's being an elusive target right now, with controlling his range and distance and making Espinoza reach and miss with shots.
Remember last time out, Espinoza jumped out in front, 4 rounds to zip before the 5th round when Ramirez scored a knockdown, and also Espinoza twisted his ankle in that 5th round. There's that sweeping left hand right across the belt line again from Robeisy Ramirez, the 2-time Olympic gold medalist, the former recent belt holder in the WBO at 126 pounds.
See, the pace is being slowed by Ramirez, again, with lateral movement, moving predominantly to his left. And Espinoza is not sure what to do right now. He's attempted 2 right hands that missed, and he's trying to get his jab working, but no combinations are landing at the moment for him. This is the perfect pace for Ramirez. Again, investing in that body test.
Yeah, both men firing off their power hand. Ramirez, the shorter punch, that left hand going to that midsection.
Starting to see Espinoza starting to react to the feints of Ramirez. Ramirez is staying extremely low, being hard to hit, shrinking in his target areas. There's a shot up top.
Split the guard that time. Went up top with the left hand.
Nice
There's
shot
a
right there.
long right hand from Espinoza.
With the uppercut first, Tess. He told us in the fighter meets he's going to be looking for that uppercut. He said he's exposed because he leans down in front. But at the same time, he has to make sure that he throws it at the right range, because if he throws it too far away, he can get clipped with that big left hand.
Another left uppercut came in moments ago. Good action in the final minute of round number 2.
Convenience at your fingertips. That's
Sabrosa la amenaza. El negocio.
El contragolpeador. Estás contragolpeando el contragolpeador. Sin aventarte, disciplina. De menos a más. De menos a viene el 3er round y ahora poco a poco vamos a empezar a apretar un poquito más la pelea. Empieza a buscar y a tapar la salida sin seguirlo, ¿de acuerdo? Sin seguirlo. Empieza a buscarle la derecha. Bro. Let us fucking wall side of fight, bro. ¿Ok? ¿Estamos? Inteligente, trabajando detrás de la cinta ya, cinta y 1, 2.
Getting set for round number 3 here in Phoenix. Massive crowd coming out. 2 World Championship fight rematches. Good start to this one. Espinoza and Ramirez. Tim, we heard the warning from Chris Flores about the elbow.
Yeah, I mean, Ramirez told us in the fighter meetings he was worried about that. He said he got clipped in the last round in their first fight with elbows. And you see right there, you see Espinoza trying to get range and get distance, trying to create some space. But that sharp elbow is right there near the head. and eyes of Ramirez. Got to be careful. The referee's going to have to look out for that, especially on the inside.
Bernardo, what are you hearing?
I was speaking with Manny Robles, and I talked to him about how low Robeisy is fighting this fight. He says, look, that's because he's trying to set up the counter, so he's got to keep him on the end of the jab and on the outside so he can't reach him on the counter.
Of course, that will be critical to his success. There's a right hand that goes to the body. That was well placed.
Yeah, and I like the change in strategy right here from Espinoza. Now he's not looking for the head. He's actually looking for the body now. You saw the cutoff right hand. Try to cut off that way that Ramirez continuously is moving towards his right hand. Ramirez right now complaining about low blows. However, those shots are right on the belt line.
Left hand that goes to the body again. It's clearly been a point of strategy.
Nice swivel jab right there by Ramirez. Called Espinoza attention. You saw his legs.
Oh! I know Mark Kriegel detailed it a lot in the lead up to this fight, but that old axiom that once you become a world champion, you become 30% better. Many looking at Espinoza saying maybe 50% better, just the confidence rising up. And then the last performance that we saw, so much belief in what he is and what he still can be. Oh, it's a good solid left hand by Ramirez.
Ramirez is fighting a smart fight right now. You see Espinoza, he's starting to overcommit a little bit. He's starting to get impatient with his attack. He's a stubborn type of fighter. You know, I told him in the fighter meeting, I was like, why don't you use your height? He said, I don't want to use my height. I like to fight.
And in this division, what a distinct advantage it would be if he committed to it. Good action here in the final half minute of round 3. As Ramirez has had his moments and Espinoza willing to fire between punches.
Those level-changing feints is what's great in the offense for Ramirez. Every now and then, Espinoza's getting close and he's landing. He's getting a little bit closer to the target now. But boy, Espinoza's reacting to those level changes.
Once upon a time, there was an infinity. Meticulously crafted to stir your imagination. And dare you to dream. Luxurious 3-row dreams. Where everything for every passenger could be just right. Introducing the all-new 3-row Infiniti QX80.
Happy holidays, Grandma. We got you something.
Ooh, I know this one. Fancy a game?
And the contest begins. Hit him with authority. And a goal! Brilliant, can you believe it? Absolute perfection. No wonder he's celebrating.
Robeisy Ramirez with a slight 35-31 connect advantage according to CompuBox as we start round number 4. However, much more accurate, Timmy, landing 47%.
See, getting his head outside and getting himself in position to be able to land that shot. See, at the same time, Espinoza looking for the uppercut. I'm a little far away at distance, but man, perfect timing right there with that shot by Robeisy. He's going to continue to use that level. You see the level change right there. He's standing completely low, and then he's going to pop up and surprise or attempt to surprise Espinoza with the shot over the top.
We heard what Bernardo had to say from the Espinoza corner. What about the other side, Bernardo?
Well, Ismael Sala says we win this fight by being smart. We can't go to war. He's tall, yes, that's an advantage, but it also makes him slow, and we've got openings we can take advantage of.
Of course, that is Salas, who has trained Robeisy since his second pro fight. A legendary amateur trainer who now has guided many pros, including this Ramirez run that brought him to a world championship. And I think being smart when he's at his best is why he's off to a very good start in this rematch.
Good combination right there from Espinoza. Catching Robeisy along the ropes. Robeisy's going to have to move all night. He cannot stand there and exchange.
No, never.
with Espinoza. Too much firepower. Oh, nice uppercut for
Short
himself.
left uppercut on the inside. And now the willingness for Espinoza to get to the inside, as he has told us time and again, even at 6'1", he's very comfortable there.
Espinoza putting a lot of pressure on Robeisy. He's moving. He's been moving since the first round. You know, I'm wondering if he's going to wear out. He's going to have to be in the best shape of his life, because if he slows down just a little bit and he allow Espinoza to gain any kind of momentum, it's going to be hard to stop him.
You get
just
a sense of some Espinoza momentum here in the midst of round 4, don't you?
Yes, I do.
His willingness to throw punches in volume fashion when he gets and crosses that threshold and gets more to the inside.
But at the same time, he's vulnerable too.
Like that?
Yes.
Like that right there?
Yes, absolutely. Every now and then, Robeisy's going to have to either step in or tie up. He's going to have to use a different tactic other than just picking up his legs and moving.
Watch your head.
Nearly a clash of heads.
See
that warning from Chris Flores.
See, that's what's special about Espinoza. Although he does have the longer arms and he can fight on the outside, he also can fight on the inside. He shortens up his shots extremely well on the inside. Good uppercuts, body shots as well. Nice counter right there from Robeisy. Again, getting outside of that right hand and committing heavily with that left hand.
Happy holidays, Grandma. We got you something.
Ooh, I know this one. Fancy a game?
And the contest begins. Hit him with authority. And a goal! Brilliant! Can you believe it? Absolute perfection. No wonder he's celebrating.
Top Rank Boxing on ESPN is brought to you by Freestyle Libre. Look at this crowd here in Phoenix for these world title rematches. Rafael Espinoza, his title defense against the guy he took the belt from, Robeisy Ramirez, the 6'1" Espinoza, the featherweight champion. We talked to him yesterday. He said, I know Robeisy saw the confidence in me that I will defeat him again. He said the first time, Timmy, he didn't know what he was facing. He didn't know who he was facing. Now he knows, and he knows it will not be easy for him.
And Robeisy's not making it easy. Again, picking up his feet, setting traps like that, using that level change to be able to create his offense and create options for him downstairs and upstairs. However, you're starting to see a little bit of variation with his combinations also. He's starting to throw that right hook too now. Good body shot on the inside.
Mark Kriegel, how do you have it scored?
39-37, 3 rounds to 1. Robeisy Ramirez. There's no blueprint for fighting a 6'1" rugged guy, but Robeisy has been incredibly disciplined.
Completely agree with you, Mark. A much different start than what we saw the last time. Now consider, it was the 5th round in their first fight when Ramirez scored a knockdown.
That's a dangerous punch right there, that right hook. Robeisy's moving to his left, towards his left, and he's throwing a right hook as he's moving. Nice uppercut right there from Espinoza. He's getting closer to his mark, Tess. Tess getting closer to his mark with that uppercut. Another left hand from Robeisy. But again, you got Espinoza trying to get close. Robeisy being real slippery on the inside right there. Looked like he had him pinned Espinoza's, he's having trouble getting or pinning Robeisy along the ropes.
See that constant movement from the two-time Olympic gold medalist. And mostly directed to his left. There's a right uppercut this time. Tried to wrap it around with a body shot as well.
Right there, Robeisy tried a different tactic. He tried to smother the offense of Espinoza. But Espinoza said, nope, I got a short uppercut for you on the inside.
Hey, Grandma, we've got you something.
For me? Oh, I know this one.
At Domino's, we're all about cheesy. From our melty oven-baked pastas to our new 5-cheese mac and cheese. And for a limited time, Domino's Rewards members can try our new mac and cheese for half off points.
In the wilderness, fearless and human. Sauvage, eau forte, the new parfum, Dior.
Rafael Espinoza throwing more punches. Robeisy Ramirez being more efficient. It's a close fight as we start round number 6, the rematch, as Rafael Espinoza defends his WBO featherweight championship. A night when he lost the belt a year ago, as once again a pause in the action. That is it. You see, Robeisy just stopped.
I think he might have got his jaw. I don't want to assume, but it might be his jaw. His jaw broken. He got his jaw broken. He got a. Wait, maybe it's his eye.
The fight is over, and it's a TKO victory for Rafael Espinoza. Let's go back and show you the last 10 seconds. He just stopped. He absorbed that punch and just stopped.
I'm confused.
Bernardo, get yourself in there and figure this thing out.
And he said he's got double vision in his right eye, according to referee Chris Flores, and that's exactly why Robeisy Ramirez stopped. I'm looking at Ismael Salas, and he's saying that it was an elbow, and that was something that Team Ramirez was concerned about coming into the fight.
That's exactly what I was just about to quote when he stopped the fight. He was telling us yesterday that Espinoza has no defensive prowess. His only defense is using elbows and pushing, and that he's dirty on the inside and follows through with his elbows. I was literally just about to quote that when all of a sudden he flat out stopped and quit, and it's a TKO victory for Rafael Espinoza, Timmy.
Yeah, until I see that elbow, I'm not going to say it was an elbow. I know it was a straight right hand, right down the middle.
He definitely took a right hand and then just waved it off himself.
And the way it's swelling, yeah, right to the eye. That's a straight right hand, right to the eye. No elbow there.
Hey, that's a TKO victory.
That's a TKO
My
victory
man
right
quit.
there. Yes,
punch was landed. Bernardo.
Sure did.
I just spoke with Ismael Salas. The punch that caused the injury was an elbow the round before. And in between rounds, Robeisy Ramirez came to the corner and complained that he couldn't see. Ismael Salas said, why don't you go out there and see what you can do? And when that punch landed, that's all he could handle.
All right, so they claim that there was an elbow in the 5th round. They went out to test themselves in the 6th round. As soon as a flush right hand landed, he says, double vision, I can go no further. TKO victory, Espinoza. Well, that is an odd ending to our much anticipated rematch for sure, as Rafael Espinoza retains. He wins the rematch.
Tess, I got to go back to that 5th round and see if an elbow did land. I don't think so. I really don't think so. I know there was elbows being
There
thrown,
were warnings
and
from Chris Flores.
There were some warnings. However, I don't know. I got to go back and watch. I get it. I see his corner over there telling me that was an elbow.
Ladies and gentlemen, here inside Footprint Center, Phoenix, Arizona, referee Chris Flores calls a stop to this bout at 12 seconds of round number 6 for your winner by technical knockout and still WBO featherweight champion of the world, Rafael El Divino Espinoza.
Rafael Espinoza, a winner by TKO in 6 in a very odd ending to this championship fight. Listen, our team in the production truck is going to scour that 5th round and try to find the elbow that Robeisy Ramirez's corner is citing. We know there was a flush right hand. We know the former champ waved it off himself, and Espinoza retains. Bernardo.
Robeisy, explícanos qué pasó. Robeisy, explain to us what happened.
No, me dio en 2 ocasiones con el codo en el 4º round, donde empecé a ver doble. Se lo dije al árbitro, el árbitro hizo su trabajo, lo regañó, pero ya el daño estaba hecho.
Says, look, what ended up happening is in the 4th round, he hit me with a couple of elbows in the follow-through. I complained to the referee about it. He did his job, supposedly, and this happened. ¿Por qué decidiste abandonar el combate?
Creo que es la mejor decisión de que me den un más golpe cuando tengo una visión doble y no puedo estar en mis máximas condiciones. Es la mejor decisión para cuidar mi salud. Pero como todos están viendo, estoy bien de salud, estoy bien físicamente. Yo estaba dando una buena pelea y simplemente que si no puedo seguir por mi visión, no es mejor parar.
Look, I had to make a decision for my own health. If I'm not being protected, look, I had double vision, and I had to make sure that I leave this ring with my health. You see, I'm okay, fortunately, but I just could not see out of my right eye. Ibas bien, you were doing well, but when did things change?
No, simplemente creo que estábamos haciendo el trabajo perfecto. Sala me estaba guiando en la esquina, yo estaba haciendo tremendo trabajo, creo que estaba dando los mejores golpes, haciendo mi bolseo como estoy acostumbrado a hacer, simplemente cuando hay una acción que no es un golpe, sin embargo, en medio par de golpes y vieron que yo continué peleando y seguí guerreando porque no es que me molestó, simplemente es que cuando no es un golpe y es un codo en el medio de un ojo, es imposible continuar.
Gracias. Necesitan llevarte al hospital. They're going to take Robeisy Ramirez to the hospital immediately here. What he said was, look, at the end of the day, I couldn't see. Those were elbows that ended up hurting me, and I had to pull out of this fight. I'm happy with my decision. Now we're going to move on to Divino Espinoza. A big victory for you. Un gran triunfo para ti. Rafael Espinoza, el público responde. ¿Qué te pareció en el momento que das la mano derecha que abandonar el combate? What did you think about landing that right hand and Robeisy Ramirez stopping the fight?
Mira, yo solamente estaba haciendo mi trabajo. Obviamente lo agarré, pero pues ya venía apenas empujando y yo creo que la verdad la presión y los demás rounds iban a ser muy complicados para él y pues quiero decir que pues sintió la pegada, sintió la mano o quizá pensó que no iba a poder y pues ya pasó, gané.
He's like, look, I landed a clean shot, that right hand, and he felt that power. I think he was feeling the power. He's starting to feel my pressure coming on, and I think the fight was turning in terms of the tide was coming in my favor. He was feeling my power, and I think he knew what was coming next. Para ti, ¿qué sigue ahora que defiendes con éxito esta corona? What's next for you now that you defended this belt?
Mira, yo lo dije desde un inicio, yo quiero ser leyenda, quiero ser un grande del boxeo de México y quiero pelear con quien sea. Y que la gente sepa que estoy aquí para darle grandes peleas.
I've said it before, I want to be a legend, and that's why I'm willing to face anybody. The fans want to see me, they're out here seeing me, and I'm going to be a fan favorite. Y finalmente, ¿Cómo se siente? How does it feel to do this in front of the crowd?
No, la verdad, soñaba esta noche y quiero decirle a Phoenix que va a ser mi nueva casa y voy a volver a darle grandes peleas y que viva México.
Like, I want to tell Phoenix, this is going to be my new home. I'm going to come back and give you great fights. Long live Mexico. Tess, back to you.
All right, there's a lot for us to unravel here and to clear up. And as I'm joined by the Hall of Famer Tim Bradley, we want to get back to, because the production truck, Aladdin Freeman, Jimmy Zaroli, just did an outstanding job of going back and scouring the tape, whether it's the 4th round or the 5th round. This is as close as they have found to showing an elbow that lands around the eyes, Timmy.
Yeah, I'm looking at this, and it wasn't the elbow. It's almost like the forearm, the back of the forearm. I find it hard to believe that caused that eye to swell up like that. I'm sure look, that right hand that landed can do that type of damage. Tess.
All right, let's get into the bigger picture here. And Timmy, I say this with as much respect as anybody can have for anybody who steps through the ropes. And on your right hand is a Hall of Fame ring. And that Hall of Fame ring was earned by many nights going out and being willing to risk your life. Now, Robeisy Ramirez has every right to say that I had to make a decision for my own health. That's your right if you want to do that. What all-time great fighters do, and how I define a fighter, is the guy who's willing to make a decision that others aren't. Decisions that you made against Provodnikov, that you have told me this, that you were willing to die in the ring that night. Decisions that Mickey Ward made, who still lives to this day with double vision. Robeisy Ramirez saying he was having double vision, and he's saying he's happy with my decision. That's fine. You can go live your life happy with your decision. The great fighters aren't happy with that decision. They do not accept no mas results.
Do you think if it was on the flip side, do you think that Espinoza would have quit?
I do not.
No, absolutely
I do not. Based on the Espinoza that I've come to know in the past year.
In the first fight, he had a severe ankle injury.
Yes, he did.
And he still got up and continued to fight. So, I mean, look, I respect Robeisy's decision. I'm not in his body. I don't know how severe this injury was. He said he was seeing, double. I mean,
he has every right to do that. But we know the threshold that is different in this sport, as Rafael Espinoza retains the WBO featherweight championship of the world, and he keeps getting better and better and better, and he's determined to be an all-time fan favorite. An odd, no mas type of ending here in round number 6. That's the first of our 2 World Championship rematches. Oscar Valdez and Emmanuel Navarrete is coming up next. This is how it ended. That one single punch. TKO, Espinoza defends.